Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
Are you ready?
Welcome to humanity. This is our one.
Whatever it takes, we got to say whatever it takes is what it took.
This is Brock Lesnar, and you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Yo, hi, this is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to listen to Fight Net Radio.
Lee Harvey Oswald, what's your name? How am I supposed to know you?
This is Frank Shamrock. You're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Hi, this is Nia, the Knockout St. John. You're listening to Fight Net Radio, and there's no way I would ever touch Lee.
This is Chuck Jackson.
I am Stephen Bonner, and you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Dan Henderson, you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Everybody, welcome to Fight Net Radio, where Lee's burning every bridge there is out there. All right.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. I'll fight anybody on FightNetRadio.com.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a 1-hour television spectacular.
I hope that recorded. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. I hope that recorded. I hope. Lee Honish, Andrew Labouche, bringing you the wonderful world of boxing. Thank you to everyone for all the high praise of last week's show. We thought it was pretty funny while we were recording it. I had a feeling that it would be a home run, as they say in the business. So the Deer Stand episode went down big. What was the feedback you got on the Deer Stand episode?
Yeah, it was a good show. I even enjoyed it, listening back to it, Lee. So, yeah, keep it moving. It's what we're trying to do here.
We talk about boxing.
Did I kill that one too fast?
No, that's all right. We talk about boxing. I have other shows. They talk about other things. If you want, go support them. Type in Perfect Blue Studios. I record today, Andrew, the first World Bare Knuckle Fighting Federation episodes today. Wow, that's a mouthful.
WBBFF.
Correct. Yes. MNOPQRST. Why would you want to call a show the Bare Knuckle? That
doesn't even sound right.
Right.
Common sense says you don't name it that.
I mean, why would... I mean, if I was renaming Fight Net Radio, what would I rename it? FMPQZ, the chemical sign for boron. Really? Oh, well. What are you going to do? But I will record those first shows. You can go to WBKFFpodcast.com, or here's an easy one. Type in the Bare Knuckle. That'll take you to the show as well.
There you go.
TheBareKnuckle.com will take you to the show. Easier to remember, probably. I'll record what we call the first 5 trial episodes for a podcast. If you don't know what that means, it'll have an explanation, how to buy tickets for their first event. Why would anybody want to stand in front of another dude and just throw bombs, bare knuckle-wise, until somebody bloodies up and gets knocked out? Do you remember that organization in Vegas, Andrew, that tried that with the circular ring?
Yes. Yeah. It was MMA, and then if they got knocked out of the ring, they would bring them back in, sort of like sumo wrestling, right? Yeah.
Same kind of concept here, except we're going to do it bare knuckle style.
There's nothing wrong with that. YouTube has shown us bare knuckle style is very successful.
I'm sure this thing tests through the roof, especially if you're using fairly big name, big bomb throwing guys. I watched Bellator last night before we get on to the topic of Shakur and Crawford and yada 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 yada.
Yeah.
So I watched Fedor Emelianenko The Last Emperor.
He came back.
Dude, was that a great fight or what?
No, I didn't see it. I'm just saying he came back.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard him in a while.
He literally looks like he's the same age as me now.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. But I think he's looked that age since I saw him live in Vegas 15 years ago. He's always looked like a guy who's like 45 years old and still doing this sport because he owes money to the Russian mob or something.
Oh,
like
shit.
I want to believe there's this great backstory about Fedor where he owes money to the Russian mob and his family is held captive on a weekly basis. So he has to train and keep fighting even though he's well past his prime.
Right.
He fought somebody who was well past his prime in Chael Sonnen last night. And Chael Sonnen did everything he could to get it to the ground. And Andrew's theory of if you throw a mean-ass hammer fist, it don't matter if you can get me to the ground. The mean-ass hammer fist wins.
Wow.
Well, Chael kept trying to drag him down. See, the problem is in no-gi, right? That's basically for... Sorry, hold on. For all of you guys who know nothing about jiu-jitsu or grappling or MMA, fuck it, you guys really don't watch UFC? Really? Really?
You're getting a preview right now of the bare knuckle, you guys.
All right,
Go ahead,
all right,
Give it to him.
all right, kids. Here's how it works. In no-gi, the reason no-gi UFC is so much more unique, you can't pull guard. In real life, if I was fighting in the street with somebody like Andrew, he's going to be wearing clothes, right? Which is the way, I hate to break it to everybody, that the Brazilians created jiu-jitsu. They expected people to be wearing suits because back in the 30s or 40s, everybody wore, jackets and coats, and therefore, when you train, you're wearing pants and coats so that you can grapple on the street. Why do you wear a gi? Because it's like wearing a jacket and you idiot, they even call it a jacket. So I actually heard a guy make a great analogy on the web. He goes, okay, if you don't want to wear the gi, wear a T-shirt and jeans and grapple in that. That's what it would be like in real life.
That's right.
So you can take clothing and you can grab it, and I can pull a big, strong guy into guard. I had this discussion at a nightclub once with a friend. I took my fiance and his brother, and he had to stay sober because the girls were two-fisted drinking. I don't know. How's Chris get when she's two-fisted drinking? Okay. Yeah. No, I knew it by the... I knew it by that.
Tell you later.
Yeah, okay. No, I get it. Okay, Diana's like that too. So I'm holding her up by her belt buckle, right? And she's already starting to black out and go starfish on me.
Oh, shit.
Right? And it's not even midnight yet. We're waiting for New Year's. And so her brother, who was taking jiu-jitsu with me, I'm getting thrown out. We were getting thrown out. Girls can't black out. You can't have blackouts in an all-you-can-drink establishment. That's an automatic 86. I'm like, dude, we'll leave right after midnight. And he's starting to threaten me, and he puts hands on me. And I circle, and I take the hand off of me, and I grab the bottom of his sleeve, and I put it down at his hip, and I park it. And I was about to put another hand on the other side of his lapel. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to go bad. This is going to go really bad inside of a nightclub really fast for me. Okay, but I just parked it. I'm like, it's cool. I'm cool. I'm not drinking. But I parked his hand just enough to be firm about it. And that's what it's called. You're taking a hand and you're grabbing it. You're just using your I'm just parking your hand. Don't put your fucking hands on me, fucker.
No, right.
All right? I don't know you. I'm not drunk. You do not have the right to put your hand on me like that. And everything was cool. And Kevin came over, and the dude was 350, and he was a foot taller than me. He was the real deal. This is an all-you-can-drink New Year's Eve in downtown L.A. I expect him to hire linebackers. And Kevin asked me, he goes, what do you think your odds there? I said, I think the dude would fuck me up. I said, there's no doubt in my mind. I said, but I really like my chances of getting him onto the ground and tying him up like a pretzel. He's got a big giant jacket on that he looks really uncomfortable in. I said, that's the point. And he had this epiphany of, that's why we wear the gi. Yeah, bruh, that's why we wear the gi. For exactly that moment. I was holding the bottom of it. I had controlled a very strong arm. He didn't like it. I actually felt him kind of try to pull away from it once. Yeah, no, I was in control of the situation. So when you're talking Chael Sonnen, who's a black belt, who's this world-class wrestler, trying to pull this monstrous heavyweight Fedor Emelianenko down to the ground and tie him up, he was failing miserably. Not to mention Chael obviously didn't train for the fight. So it looked like my favorite guy from the gym just, hey, I'm going to go fight Fedor this weekend. Come, everybody watch. And that's basically what the fight looked like.
Wow.
And Fedor finally had enough, and he got him down, and he started hammer fisting the side of his head like he was owed money. Right? I had bad dreams about Russians hitting me in the head just from movies.
We all had that Rocky scene when he comes over the rope with that big right.
Right. That's exactly right.
I remember the first time I watched Gracie choke a man out with his own damn gi.
Yeah, sucks.
That's some bullshit.
That is some bullshit. I don't think I told you about my last tournament where I was doing extremely well, and the dude reached down while I wasn't paying attention. I was like ahead, and I broke my focus because I'm fucking deaf as a fucking doorknob. I'm trying to pay attention to my coach and get my bearings about me. This guy grabs the bottom end of my lapel and rips it he untucks it, rips it up and around my neck, and runs to the other side of my head. So he's basically hanging me with my own gi. And I went, oh, this is a fucking situation, isn't it?
You're all professional fighter. How'd you lose? Oh, man, he choked me out with my gi.
Choked me out with my own gi.
Don't wear that fucking thing. How about that?
Yeah, don't. That's why they go no gi in the cage.
Hell yeah. That's what the Gracies were arguing when the UFC made that rule change.
It changes grappling a lot, and that's why a lot of schools almost always do nothing but no gi. I mean, there's two philosophies. I mean, the hardcore Brazilians, like where I live in a hardcore Brazilian society, right? So it's 5 days a week in the gi, 1 day a week no gi. But the 1 day a week in no gi is also, there's striking later on after that. There's another no gi class after that. Like, it's built around that whole structure. But the rest of the time, it's about being in the gi. And I understand the logic. In day-to-day, like if I was walking down the street, dude's going to be wearing clothes. Probably. Yep. The odds of me grappling with a man in his underwear are probably pretty low.
Unless you walk in your house and your lady's doing something, right? And that's about the only time.
I'm just going to shrug.
Oh, no, it's fucking on, bro.
Really?
Nope. Hell
it's so not worth it, dude.
I don't give a shit. I'm not going out like that. No, sir. Everyone's getting broken jaws. Everybody.
See, here's the problem. At that point, you might as well take the gun and turn it into...
No.
Pop, pop.
That's not... Pop, pop. No, that is not cool.
Ultimate Equalizer. Pop, pop.
Hey, let's transition with that one, because we had a pop-pop fight last night with both guys getting shot.
There you go. A little look inside for everybody. So Fedor Emelianenko is going to take on Ryan Bader, who won on Friday night. Big shout-out to Ryan Bader. Big wrestler. Ryan Bader's a legit Arizona.
I remember that name, too, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan's the shit. So they got all these guys that everybody knew, and they were smart at Bellator and just put them all together, had a tournament. So in January... Fedor takes on Ryan Bader for the first heavyweight champion of Bellator. It's great.
Nice.
Very excited. That was last night. Let's turn the clock back to earlier in the day. All the news today will not be coming from pound4pound.com. Sounds like I'm giving him a shameless plug, but based on my shameless plugs, none of you are going to that website as it slowly slides into the abyss of nobody goes to this website. I don't know how he still gets credentials. Don't you have to tell him how many website hits you get or anything? Like, clearly nobody seems to give a shit about web traffic whatsoever.
Yeah.
Sorry, I digress. But it's a pet peeve, bruh. Pet peeve. I got a blog. Let me come to your fight. All right, whatever. And then they act like it's for real. Bro, you got a blog. Calm down. Take that fucking mini camera off your head and that microphone out of your hand like you're interviewing the president. Dick. I hate it when they look like nerdy dicks. There's nothing worse for boxing than nerdy dicks.